Good morning, everybody. I haven't done a video in a while, but we've had a kind of a lot going on in our family and with the holidays and everything. But I thought I would come back and right after Easter and give you guys an idea of what we do for our morning work. My son is 7, and these are some examples of what he does each morning for his morning work. This is one of the sheets that he completes each morning, and he just follows the directions on the sheet and fills out his expanded numbers, greater or less than, even, counting by fives, 10 more, 10 less, 100 more, 100 less, the time, and things like that. And then on the back of all of the sheets, I usually write out some kind of an extra word problem for him to do. And for instance, today this one is measure each line and write down how many inches it measures, which line is the longest. I like to just add a different word problem to each one of his things to start out the day. This is another example of his morning worksheet, and they all have a lot of the same things on it and some different things on there, just depending on, you know, what we're working on, or just to give him a variety of things that, you know, that he can work on, so it's not the same sheet every day. This one has to do with money and, you know, what sequence he would use, you know, whether he would add the $6 together or multiply and write the answer. And then it usually has another question about whether he has enough money or not to buy an item. The third one that we do, like I say, still has a lot of the same elements, maybe just in a different way. This one's number bond. He has to write his own word problem on the front of this page using the number of the day. And then on the back of this one is another measuring sheet. Measure each tree. Which one is larger? So those are the kind of the things where we start off our morning right after he eats his breakfast. And I just choose the number that I want to put. I usually do a few in sequence order and keep them in there. And then we move on to what we're doing for the rest of the day. But that's how we start out our day every day. We also keep a reading log. And I printed this off of the internet and I let him color it in. And inside here, I keep a list of all the books that he's read. And every time he reads a book, he gets to put a star. And at the end of 10 books, he gets a treat or something fun that he likes to do. He gets to choose where we would go eat for lunch, or a movie or a picnic or something like that. And on the opposite side, I just keep a sheet of stickers for the stars taped to that side. And when we finish a sheet, I just put those in the back of the reading log folder. And I just keep a few copies of those in here so we can just go from one sheet to the next. So that's kind of how we keep up with our reading log. And not long ago, we recently started, after he learned his multiplication tables, we started this graphing book. And I don't know if anyone has ever used this one or not, but we are really enjoying it. It's just a little bit different than, you know, just your plain, that's just some extra work where we were practicing dividing there. But it just kind of makes your multiplications a little more fun than just, you know, your plain sit down, write them down, or practice. And it starts out pretty easy, and it's showing you how to graph by giving you just the across and the ups at the bottom. And then as you move through it, it goes to addition. And then a little further in the book, it goes to subtraction. And then as you go a little further into the book, it starts the multiplication section. And now we're in the division section. And as you divide, you graph your your answers on the other side, and then you can answer the question, what picture did you make today? So he's really enjoying these, and we've been doing these for a little while, and I think I found this book just at our used bookstore in the homeschool section. So there's just an idea of kind of what we're doing, and it's worked out great because actually St. Patrick's Day worked out the day that he did the leprechaun. And I thought that was kind of neat. But that gives you an example of kind of what we're doing there. And so he really likes to do those. We're also working through, I don't know if anyone else has used this or not, but it's a third grade workbook, and it's just got a little bit of math, reading, writing, and grammar. And we're using this along with some other things that we're doing. And I kind of like it because it gives you your stories to read. There's kind of a close-up. This is actually a poem, and you read the poem, and then you answer the questions that it has to offer. So these are the ones that he's just done today. It gives you a sample, then you read and you answer the questions on there, and that's in the beginning of the book. And then as you work through the book, here's what we've also completed today is right now we're on compound subjects and predicates. But as you work through the book, it just gives you different things to work on to build your lesson. Main verbs and helping verbs, linking verbs, and then further back in the book it works on filling in speech bubbles where the characters talk. There's some geography in here. So it's just kind of a neat little book. If you haven't used it, you might want to check it out and things like that. A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. Which one's a fragment? These are things that kind of we've already been over, and this I love. A lot of schools, I don't know about yours, but the ones here, they don't even teach cursive writing anymore. And I personally think that's kind of important. So I hope this has helped you guys out, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, and I will try to post again soon. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.